Welcome back everybody. So today we're doing something super exciting. We're going to take apart this old gaming PC and sneakily outfit this with an RTX 3090 and an AMD R9 CPU. First stage is to strip out the old system, which was an AMD based system, RoG Corsair 5, Formula 5 with an FX8 core processor. We've got 12 gigs of Corsair DDR4 and it's all going to come out and it's all going to be sold on eBay. So the idea is to bring this case right into the modern day, and we're going to RTX this thing and it's going to be a beast. There's the CPU, you can see it's absolutely caked on there. I might use a screwdriver to get that thing off, and it flew onto the floor. Obviously I was a bit panicky that the pins were broken, but it was okay, landed the right way up. And you can see that we're now going to take the fans out. I'm going to clean the fan just out of principle, but I'm not going to use a kind of pink yellowy decayed Thermaltake 15-year-old fan. We're going to use nice new ones. Out comes the power supply, and I'm just stripping the case down. Final stage is taking out the liquid cooling system that comes with the case. The components actually went on eBay, really good price actually, because people still want the FX systems, and the board was pretty premium as well. And I'll strip these parts down and try and collect these parts as we go and not lose any of them. And you can see that we've got quite a collection of parts shown there. Tried to keep them organised, didn't succeed entirely, a few screws left over. Next thing to do with the full colour change on the system, so I went ahead and taped everything up, bought some white paint and began spraying the grey inside, just bringing it to a up-to-date, clean, crisp white finish. Obviously it was black on the outside originally, so it's black with a fleck actually. Fleck within the black, so I didn't want to lose that. Very careful to mask everything up correctly. So first coat of white paint goes on. So many little bits and pieces, it took a long time to spray this case. But as you can see there, it's looking pretty good. That's a slide out motherboard tray, which is quite a nice and advanced for something that was created in 2007. Just refitting all of the little parts, the standoffs, little compression springs that keep the case side panels off the frame. It's a very, very premium case. Lots of little intricate parts that really build the quality into it. And you can see at the back there, you've got quick release for the power supply. That's the sliding motherboard tray, just going into position. And you've got that hard drive rack there, and that's really important to me because I was cramming hard drives into an NZXT 230, is it the case? It's just a mid-tower case, kind of mid-range, didn't have capacity for a lot of hard drives, and because I'm doing a lot of video editing now, really need to expand the capacity. So when I had the white base coat on, all of the little black plastic trim pieces were refitted as best as possible. A little bit of overspray there on the bottom. And then we brought the case inside, began refitting the modern components. So you saw the fans on the way out, those horrible old Thermaltake pink and faded dull blue colour. We're going with Redux, the grey range from Noctua. They're high pressure fans, so they're good for radiators, which is this application. And we're going to use Mayhems X1, I think it is, liquid coolant for restoring the liquid cooling system. So the Redux are a little bit cheaper than the Chromax, but you get less parts, so you don't get this fan splitter header and you don't get the anti-vibration pads. But you have to get them separately anyway, so it doesn't make much difference. This is the liquid cooling system, so that's the sort of header unit, which is reservoir pump and one rad combined. Through quick release fittings, you go to the CPU and then you go to another coolant with the radiator on the back side of the case. Obviously the pipes had all yellowed over time, not sure if they were green or clear originally, but they were pretty disgusting. The fittings weren't that good either. The reservoir was still full of greeny liquid, the original colour. So we started restoring this with clear 10mm internal diameter tubing, refitted the system like so, just to get it up and running with an air cooler because we needed to restore the water cooling pump bracket. The original bracket was AM3, so got to work with a 6mm block of aluminium in order to make a bracket that holds that copper block to an AM4 motherboard. Obviously I'm a big Ryzen supporter, love the AM4 platform, so for me this was a good way to go. Just a block of aluminium, bought on eBay, relatively inexpensive. It's not perfect, but it looks fairly swish. I could probably polish the surface a little bit to get it nicer for the aesthetics, but for something made in about half an hour it's quite good. That's the underside of the block, so obviously it's a big lump of copper, and that's the finished product. And if we come on to the next image, yeah, that's it mocked up on a motherboard. So I've recessed the screws to make it look a little bit neater. Right guys, this is what the system looks like today. So we've got an RTX 3090 Gigabyte Aorus Xtreme Edition, 48 gigabytes of Corsair RAM, clocked at 3200 megahertz, I think it is. The R9 3600X, and the whole system has a blue theme. So you've got blue fan anti-vibration pads, blue coolant through clear plastic tubing, soft tubing, and I've gone for the Corsair braided individually sleeved PSU cables. Also hooked up with a Samsung 970 Pro 1TB NVMe M.2 drive for fast storage, and I've got backup hard drives, both SSDs and standard spinning disks in the drive bays. So overall, really happy with how the build turned out. If you like the system guys, give me a comment, give me a like as well, helps with the algorithm. If you think I should have just gone ahead and built a system in a brand new case, then also good to get your opinion. So please do write a comment, and I'll catch you in the next one.